Today's lesson is on the geometric mean with similar triangles. So what is my learning objective? I can apply the relationship of a geometric mean that exists when an altitude is drawn from the hypotenuse of a right triangle by solving equivalent fractions. All right, so this is called the right triangle similarity theorem. So this says when I draw in the altitude, so here's the altitude. When I draw in the altitude in a right triangle, I have two more right triangles that are similar to the original one. So I have a total of 3 right triangles. So to find the similarity for all of these, when I rearrange these, I can say the smallest side, so this is going to be the smallest side on the large triangle. This is going to be the small side on the medium triangle. And this will be the small side on the large triangle. Okay, so my medium side is going to be this side. My medium side is going to be this side. And my medium side is going to be this side. So that'll make my large side the hypotenuse on all of them. So here's my large side, and my large side. Okay, so if I'm looking at triangle ACD, so triangle ACD, so that's going to be this triangle here. So A is across from the small side, C is across from the medium side, and D is across from the large side. So I want to name my other triangles in the small, medium, and large order. Okay, so for my small triangle, small is C, medium is B, and large is D. And in my largest triangle, my smallest side is A, my medium side is B, and my largest side is C. Okay. So let's have you have a try. Identify the similar triangles. So I'm going to start by rewriting these. So I'm going to redraw these. And I would draw them exactly the way they are drawn here. So this is R, T, U. So U, T, S. Okay, and I'm going to mark these sides. So this is the small side, medium side. Hypotenuse is always the large side. So small side, medium side. Hypotenuse is the large side. And I know these two are opposite. So I know this is going to be the medium side, small side, and the large side. So angle TSU. So T is across from the small, S is across from the medium, U is across from the large. So I'm in small, medium, and large order. So small is R, small, medium, and large. R, medium is T. So that means large is U. So small is R, medium is S, and large is T. Okay, so I'm going to have you do number 2. So pause the video. What do you get? So for my small triangle, my medium triangle, my large triangle. So this is going to be EGH and EFG. What did you do? How'd you do? All right, so I'm still working on triangles here. So I want to set these up so I can solve for some sides. So here are my 2 other triangles. So this is going to be H, G, E, and H, G, F. Okay, so here's my long leg. This is my short leg. Okay. So H to G is X. E to H, I don't have. This is my short leg. E to G is 3, the hypotenuse. G to F is 4. And G to H is X. Okay. So I can solve this more than one way. So one way I can solve it is the same ratios in 2 different triangles. I could say the hypotenuse divided by the long leg. So here's the long leg. Long leg. So I'm going to set up with the hypotenuse in the large triangle here is going to be 5 over the long leg 4. And then I can use my second triangle. The hypotenuse is 3 and my long leg is X. So I can solve for X by saying 3 times 4 divided by 5. And I get X equals 2.4. Or I could say the hypotenuse divided by the short leg and use the first and the third triangles. So I can say the hypotenuse is 5 divided by the short leg, which is 3. The hypotenuse is 4 and the short leg is X. So I'm still going to multiply 3 times 4 and divide it by 5. So I still get 2.4. All right. An arithmetic mean is a set of numerical values that is calculated by adding them together. So arithmetic means I'm adding and dividing by the number of terms in the set. So if I have 3 numbers, I add them together and I divide by 3. A geometric mean is a number of 2 positive numbers where I satisfy here. So I'm going to multiply a times b equals x squared. So when I take the square root of both sides, I get x equals the square root of a times b. Okay. So geometric means I am multiplying. Arithmetic means I'm adding. Geometric means I'm multiplying. I find the geometric mean of the 2 numbers, and I want an exact answer, not rounded with your calculator. So I find this out by, here is my first number is A, my second number is B. So I set this up as A divided by X equals X divided by B. So A is 24 divided by X equals X divided by 48. So I get X squared equals 24 times 48. So X equals 1152, X squared, I'm sorry. I'm going to take the square root of both sides. So I need to simplify what's under the radical. So I get, this is 144 times 8. So I'm looking for my largest perfect square. So this is X equals 12 times the square root of 8. I can still simplify the square root of 8 as 4 times 2. So X equals 12. So this is 4 times 2. So 2. So 12 times 2 times the square root of 2. So X equals 24 times the square root of 2. Okay, let's try the next one. Oops. Here's A and B. So 18 divided by X equals X divided by 54. So I get X squared equals 18 times 54. So X squared equals 972. I'm going to take the square root of both sides. So I get X equals 81 times 12. I'm going to take the square root of that. So this is 9 times the square root of 12. Square root of 12 can still be simplified as 4 times 3. So 9, 4 times 3. So this is going to be X equals 9 times 2 times the square root of 3. So X equals 18 times the square root of 3. Okay, so this is about exact numbers. We already know how to round and do everything with the calculator rounding, but we want to know how to do exact answers. Okay, so how do I see this on the PSAT? Here's a problem that I found on a release test. So this is applying both math skill. This is a time test, so we want to work through this. Okay, a summer camp counselor wants to find the length x in feet across the lake as represented by the sketch. So I'm trying to find this distance. So the lengths represented by AB, EB, BD, and CD in the sketch were determined to be 1,800 feet. So A to B is 1,800 feet, the first one. E to B is 1,400. B to D is 700. And C to D is 800. Okay, so understanding the triangles. So I'm going to set up some proportions here. So I know these two angles are congruent. I've been given these two angles are congruent. So these two angles must be congruent. So when I set up some ratios here, I'm going to set up x over 800. And why do I have over 800? Oh, and I have one more. So there was 800. The 800 is not here. Now I understand what's going on. The 800 is C to D. So this is 800. Okay, so I'm going to do x over 800. So I'm doing the vertical angle over the vertical angle equals, and then I'm going to set up something known. So I know across from the triple arc marks is across from the triple arc marks. So 14 over 700. So I know x equals, and this is a no calculator problem, so I know I'm divided by 100, and those will go away. So 14 divided by 7 is 2 over 1. So another way of looking at this is 800 times 2 times 2 divided by 1. So this is 1600. So I need to graph this as 1600. Oops, 1600. Okay. What if a divided by b equals 2? What is the value of 4b divided by a? So a divided by b equals 2 over 1. So I want to find b divided by a. So I'm going to flip both sides. And then I'm going to multiply times 4. So if I multiply times 4 on the left, I'm going to multiply times 4 on the right. So 4 divided by 2 . 4 divided by 2 is 2. So just left with is 2. Okay.